Okay, so today I'm going to be doing the direct drum and trying to get as much of the stuff back together as I can. I think I have all or most of the parts that I need now. So I ended up getting an entirely new direct drum. So there's a difference here. This one is called the Smooth Race direct drum, and you have to have this one to put the 34 element sprag on. So this drum, the drum that I have, is the different style. So there's two different types of drums for different sprags. There's like an 8 element sprag, 16 element sprag, and they have a different race inside of them. So if we pull this plate off, we pull the outer race and the sprag out, you can see that this is the 8 element, but it doesn't have the smooth race here. So this one you can't use for the 34 element sprag, and these sprags are weaker, so they'll break under load. So I'm just got a whole new drum. So I am going to be using some parts out of this drum though, because this one's completely empty on the inside. So I'm going to be putting a different piston in, but I'm going to be keeping the plate and the snap ring and a couple things out of there. But first modification that I'm going to do to the drum, while we got everything out, is I'm going to be drilling like a 60 thousandths hole, bleed hole down here. And this is part of the dual feed mod, and it's required in the trans brake instructions. So basically what that does, I believe it prevents like centrifugal apply of the piston. If there's fluid inside of there, and it's spinning really fast, it won't apply the piston when it's not supposed to be applied, and it will vent quicker when you release the clutches. So the fluid will vent quicker out of that hole. So I'm just gonna start here. I got a 60, I think it's like a 60 thousandths bit, and I'm just gonna go drill away, but I'm gonna do it real slow so I don't break this bit, because I don't want to get the bit stuck in there. So I'm just really going to take my time on it. I'm probably not going to film the whole thing, or I'll come back when I'm done drilling it. But so let's do that. All right, so that really wasn't so bad. So here's the bit. You can see that's how it came through the drum. I did select this spot here because there would be a little bit less material to work through, and it ended up popping through really nice. I actually thought I broke the bit because it fell through and I wasn't really expecting it. So here you can see from the inside what that hole is like, and that's just an extra little bleed hole. So that was done. That worked out pretty well. Now what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to take the other drum apart. So I guess what I could do actually first is I will put the other sprag in there. Let's do that. So here is the 34 element sprag. You can see there's a lot more surface area on there to grab. So I'm just gonna put this down onto here. I'm gonna take the outer race and put it on over the top, and I'm just gonna kind of push down and rotate. Now it'll go on, and you can see that it's gonna rotate clockwise, but it's gonna get locked counterclockwise, right? So you can actually put this thing on the wrong way on accident. So if you put it on this way, it's going to spin the wrong way, but you can get it on there. So if it spins counterclockwise, that's wrong. You want this thing to spin clockwise and lock counterclockwise. All right, so now that's on. Take the plate, put the plate back on, and then instead of using this snap ring, we're going to be using a 4L80 style spiral lock snap ring. So this is going to prevent high RPM opening of the snap ring. So it's kind of like an upgraded design. These are what come in the 4L80s. So we'll just spiral this bad boy on. Make sure it locks all the way down in place. And we're good. So next I'm going to start working on getting the piston and everything out of here. So we're going to start by taking this snap ring off so we can get all the the plate and the clutches out. So then this top thick plate will come out, this plate, and then all the clutches and steel will come out. So this drum actually looks pretty good, but I'm not going to be reusing any of the parts from here, except the top plate. So I'm going to be clamping this down because I got to get this piston out of here. So I'm going to be going with an aluminum piston instead of the stamped steel piston. So you have to press down all these springs, take the snap ring off, and then that whole assembly comes out. So I'm just going to probably just going to get some wood clamps. Let's do that. Okay, so what we got going here, I just got a C-clamp on here, and I got a big vice grip clamp. So what I'm going to do is tighten this, and this is a little bit Sketchmaster, but some of you guys, this might be reality for you if you're doing this and don't want to buy tools. So, or don't want to buy like specialty tools, I should say. So now I'm just gonna pop the snap ring off. Alright, so snap ring is off. I'm going to release the one. Oh well. So that all came apart. That's just fine, because we're going to put all new springs anyways. So we're going to take these things out. We'll just leave it uncut and we'll go with it. Probably be a little bit better if you use like a second C-clamp. I don't have one that'll fit, so I mean the C-clamps work pretty good, but that just popped off. So that's coming out. And now we can pull the piston out. Get that guy out of there, and then we should be able to twist and pull this piston out. It's going to be some suction. There's fluid and stuff in there. So alright, so now that is all apart. So all these springs we can take and set in our junk pile, because we're not going to be reusing these. Normal rebuild, you might be reusing them, so don't use them, but doing the trans brake, it comes with its own springs, so a little heavier duty springs. Next thing we're going to be doing, because this is going to be dual fed, we're going to take this center lip seal here, when that just goes around this ring, and we're taking that off. So, but what I do need out of this are the lip seals from the piston. So I'm going to pull the lip seals out. So because we're dual feeding, we're not going to put this center lip seal back in. So there's normally a lip seal that goes right around the inside. Because we're dual feeding, we're not going to do that. So dual feeding is meaning that it's being fed from here, and from here you get more pressure to apply on the piston. So we're going to leave that out. Okay, so again we're going to be changing to this aluminum style piston. So you get a little bit more surface area instead of just this center section. So what I'm going to be doing, you're going to put the lip seals back in on the new piston. Alright, so I got the lip seal in there. You can see the black seal. And the lip is going to be facing down towards the inside of the piston. So just remember that. I'm going to take the outer lip seal for the piston, put that on. Same way. Stick it in the groove with the lip pointing down. What I got here is a different method. So this is a little inspiration from Headflow Inc. So I posted on Facebook that I launched the springs all over, and he was like, hey, use your drill press. So I took a piece of 3-inch exhaust tubing and cut it, split it open, and now I can use the drill press to compress this whole thing. Works pretty good. What I also did was take the inside of the snap ring and I took it the corner of a file and I notched the inside of the snap ring. So what this will allow me to do is use a 90 degree, and then I can hook it on the inside of the snap ring and separate it one-handed. So I'll be able to separate it like that. Before, this thing was kind of beveled on each one and it's just flat. So if you try to open it with one hand and you're not holding the snap ring, it just kind of flies off the snap ring tool. So what we're gonna do is try our best right now. That's really all we got, guys. So I'm gonna try to do it. Probably gonna be a little bit tricky because I might throw the drill press on the floor on accident. But let's see how this goes. One hand down, one hand over with the snap ring. Okay, let's make it work. Let's make it look really easy for the YouTube video. Come on, let's make it look really easy. That way everybody thinks I know what I'm doing. Come on, let's go. There we go. Now we got it. Oh, a little tricky, little tricky, little treaty, but we got it. Alrighty, boys, I lied to you before when I said I needed to keep this top plate and the snap ring because the kit that I bought has the new top plate and snap ring. So this is a Red Alto Power Pack, it's called. It's Direct Drum Power Pack. I got power packs for all of the clutches. So what this is supposed to do is add an extra clutch into the drum. It normally has 5, I believe. So let's see where this ends up. So it should add 6. I think this actually has 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's do this. 1, 2, and then we're just gonna check the clearances. So I'm gonna see first what this does, where it ends up at, and then we'll check the clearances with the plate on. If we can get 7 in, we'll get 7. If not, we'll see if we can figure something else out. Might just come with an extra one. Yep, so there is 7. Wait. Am I missing something here? Yeah, I'm missing the... Yep. Missing the thing that I left on the table, guys. Silly boy. What I'm gonna do is, yeah, so there we go. We got 7 clutches and steels in there. So it normally has 5, I believe. So power pack gives you extra clutches, extra steel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure the clearances here. It seems like it's a little big. You usually do about 10 thousandths per clutch. I believe that's the standard. So we'll see. All right, so camera, I actually ran out of memory there for a little bit. So I'm at about 57 thousandths right now. And pretty tight. So that's where I'm going to call it. Direct drum's done. Let's put it in. Just going to grab it like this. We're going to have to kind of shimmy it. Shimmy it down until we hear it metal on metal. That sounds like metal on metal. Alright, so for this installation, because we're doing the trans brake, we installed the case saver, and we're not doing the band here. So the direct drum is going to go in without the band. So what I'm going to do now, just to verify it, sounds like metal on metal. I'm just going to look inside and then make sure that all the clutches are lined up. And then I'm going to put it back in. So I might have to shimmy it again as I put it back in, but I just want to verify the sound that I heard and make sure that it was actually all the way seated. And if I can make magic happen, it will just fall right back down. There we go, all the way down. There we go. So that's seated, direct drum's in. Next we will work on the forward drum, and we're almost done.